Hello all and welcome back to the channel. So I just hope everybody's having a really good week, and I've been trying to do midweek videos now and again when I can, but it doesn't always go to plan. But I do want to put this video out there today. So today we're going to be looking at Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, or just Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, or whatever it's called. There you go. I also always put what's who giant in the play, that's just whatever. So I've been playing this on and off. And I also have the Switch version as well as the PS4 5 version. And this we're just going to play a couple of different rounds, just showing a bit of the game. However, those who know me at all on the channel or Twitter or anywhere, no one I absolutely love Tetris. It's something I grew up on. It's something which I always enjoy playing. I find it quite relaxing because it can be quite challenging at times. I really enjoyed this game. I had it on the Vita as well as the Switch as well as the PS4. Both of them everything. And well, I played it a lot, let's say that. And the thing is, there's all these different modes. There's all these different bits and pieces, and I would just play this. I have to load all the way to the end, as many modes as you could get. You know, there's a full story mode, there's all adventure mode or whatever, and there's all these other bits and pieces. You know, these new solo modes, they've done party, fusion, big bang, different challenge modes, and as you now load. You know, you've got your tiny PO bots, and you know, your endless PO mode, and all the different bits and pieces. If you go over into the settings, and obviously go here. And there's an online multiplayer mode. I generally don't play this online, you know, some of these. And then there's the full adventure mode where it does a story, and there seems a lot more in depth the adventure mode this time around. This is an earlier on video that I've taken. I am at about 40 something% now. However, it seems a lot longer than the original game, and there seems to be a lot more challenging, more challenging at times. And although I'm rather good at the game, it's still quite challenging for myself. Now, even with that said, anybody who's a let's call it hardcore Tetris player, you're going to breeze through a lot of them, which is slightly annoying, don't get me wrong, but that doesn't mean you can't enjoy playing it. And because at the end of the day, if you enjoy playing the game, you're going to enjoy it. And for the costume mode and running, it's great. The load speeds on the Switch have been improved. They have been improved drastically. This is obviously playing this on the PlayStation 5, and the load speeds are insanely quick. What the hell is it? Nothing, basically. It should be like split second instance playing and seeing it through. But like it is. And to be honest, even if you boot the PS4 version or the PS5 version, it basically is the same. It doesn't seem to have any difference whatsoever. You've just got a different trophy stats. So you can actually platinum this twice. In fact, you can platinum it PS4, PS5, you can platinum the American version, you can platinum the Hong Kong version, and get the game platinum 6 times if you really like. You know, if you're that good, you can get it 6 times, help yourself out. So there is 6 platinums available for the game. But, you know, with that said, there's not a great deal more to say. It's smooth. It's definitely an upgrade from the original game. Some of the challenges are more difficult. Let's say that. They're not too difficult. Like, the original game was just too easy. I breezed through parts of it with my eyes closed, whereas this is a little bit, they have upped the ante slightly. So you've got in here like your general settings, you do combine different bits and pieces, the voices of the characters, and sit here and reach into different places with the credits on which you on. Obviously this is quite early on in the game, but I have a fair few things now. The aesthetics of the game are just as it was in the original one. The thing is if you bought the original game and you're not a major puzzle game fan, it's hard to explain as to why you even bother picking up this. And to be honest, if you're just a casual player and you're not somebody who grew up with and loved playing Tetris and Puyo Puyo, what's it like? It's probably not bothering straight away. Like, wait until it's on your phone or pick it up then. Because, like, it's just more. It's just the same game, really, with a little bit more of a difficulty sweep. It's a bunch of new characters, a bunch of new music, a bunch of new themes, and a bunch of new challenges. And that's about it. You could argue that they could have done this as a big DLC pack. Obviously they chose not to, which I prefer, really. So as you can see, they've got all different settings here, so you can look at it all, but there's not much more to say than that. So, obviously you can see all the different modes here, and different bits and pieces, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you with a marathon mode of my own all the way to the end. So they're the trophies there that you can get. And the normal options here, save, control type, puzzle, what's it, and edit your team when you're doing team battles in your story mode. And there's a replays here to area. And you get the form in place. So yeah, like I say, I'm going to do a marathon run here. You'll see how good I am, I suppose. And you can tell me if I'm actually good at playing Tetris or not. Other than that, if you want to know any more about this game, just drop me some comments down below and I'll get back to you. And I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, if you're new around here, please subscribe and like the video. It's really helpful on my channel. It seems to have been very difficult recently, I don't know why. But I'll quite happily answer any of these questions. You can get back. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
俺についてこれんのか？テトリスだ。 エントリースターエントリースターエントリースターエントリースターハーミングエントリースターエントリースターエントリースターエントリースター ホーミング Yes Yes いくぜスピン Yes スピン Yes出直すか。